not get rid of the product. That is evidence, and that is the best evidence.
If you're injured by a product you have in your household, could you have a right to sue? Well, we're going to find out right now, because that's what we're going to ask the lawyer. Hi again, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com, and my guest is Virginia attorney Greg Webb. I want to remind you that if you'd like to ask Greg questions about your specific situation, just head over to AskTheLawyers.com. There's a button in the upper right-hand part of the screen that says Ask a Lawyer. Click that, and it'll walk you through the very simple process. Greg, it's good to see you again. As always, thank you for helping us out today.
Yes, sir. Nice to see you, Rob.
So what are some examples of household items that have caused injuries? Maybe they're defective. Maybe some of them, I guess, could cause serious injuries or maybe even death. Tell me some of those that you've had in your experience.
I'll tell you what, it's really incredible. One of the things I love about my job is I get to learn about all kinds of different products and engineering. It's never dull. I've had everything from exploding Bic lighters to heating pads to recently a Peloton Tread Plus case involving a little girl who was badly injured.
So when someone's injured because of a product that is defective, who's held responsible? Is it the manufacturer? Is it the retailer? Is it somebody else? Is it all of the above? What happens there?
Yeah, well, it kind of is all the above. It's typically we look at the manufacturer first. We want to look at the manufacturer, the design process, the manufacturing process. A lot of times we'll look at the design and warning phase of the product, and but we also look at the distributor and the seller. And usually most state laws will allow a case to be pursued against the seller of the product under Uniform Commercial Code principles. So those are the big three typically.
And I assume these products many of them are regulated, and the manufacturers maybe there's a recall issue. I'm assuming that happens sometimes on these defective products.
Yes, sir. Many times there'll be recalls. A lot of times what will happen is a government agency such as the CPSC, Consumer Safety Product Commission, or NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the FDA, Federal Drug Administration, will kind of push a manufacturer to issue a recall, or the agency will sometimes order it to issue a recall. And so then the manufacturer or seller will do that. And that's what you see a lot of times when these recalls occur. I think recently Peloton recalled the Tread Plus after the CPSC got involved and kind of pushed them along towards that result. But they ended up doing the right thing and recalling that product. If someone's
injured, Greg, by a product that has been recalled, does that mean then they no longer have a case? Is there no more liability?
No, that's actually usually a helpful fact if the product's been recalled, because it helps with the proof of defect, and that's what we're looking at, to prove that this product was defectively manufactured or designed. And if there's a recall, that's pretty good evidence that is the case. And so no, it's helpful. A lot of times, government agency will have obtained documents that can be helpful in the prosecution of the case. There's been some investigation. The company will have done some investigation. So all of that can be helpful in pursuing a claim.
So let's say someone's injured by a product that in the house, whether it's a hair dryer or a crock pot or whatever it is. What's your advice? I'm sure their first thought is get that thing out of here, throw it away, let's get rid of that thing. What's your advice?
Well, that's actually not what they should do. They should first give medical attention as needed. Take care of yourself medically. Follow whatever your doctors recommend. That's the most important thing up front. But do not get rid of the product. That is evidence, and that is the best evidence. So hang on to that product. If you have receipts, hang on to those. Anything you have related to that product, manuals, operating manuals, owner's manuals, any of those, hang on to them. A lot of times people now have video in their homes or outside of their homes. If you have anything that may have recorded either audio or visual evidence of what happened, hang on to that. If there were witnesses, you need to identify those folks and get their names and numbers. All of that is helpful. Photographs of injuries, photographs of the products. Your attorney cannot have too much information. They can always sort it out and disregard what they don't need, but having all of that is very critical to developing a case.
And then what can an attorney like yourself do for somebody in that situation, Greg? What's the process? How can you help?
Well, the first thing we would do is make sure that there is an injury that is connected to the product, that there's kind of what we would call causation, and we need to connect those dots. That's the most important thing up front. We would notify the company and any other potential defendants of a pending claim and ask them to preserve evidence related to the product and any development of the product and design of the product. We may then set up an inspection with the company of the product and perhaps testing. But then we begin, that's part of the development of the case. And all of that would help us develop that case and pursue first potentially a resolution without filing a lawsuit. But we have to be ready for a lawsuit, to file a lawsuit, and pursue litigation and trial if necessary. Typically, that's the best way to bring a defendant to the settlement table if that's ever going to happen.
With the ultimate goal of trying to recover some damages.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Lots of helpful information, Greg. Thank you so much for making some time and answering
Sure.
our questions.
Glad to be here, Rob. Thank you.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Virginia attorney Greg Webb. Don't forget, if you want to ask Greg questions about your specific situation, it's easy to do. Go to askthelawyer.com, click the button at the upper right-hand corner that says Ask a Lawyer. It'll walk you through the process and it doesn't cost you anything to get your answers. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with Ask the Lawyers.